Hey guys, after some weeks I'm finally back, and this week's out I was thinking about what should be the next theme in the video on a Cop TV channel. I thought about doing plugin reviews as usual, maybe some cover content, but I've just decided doing something different instead. Ladies and gentlemen, I've decided to take you on a trip through time. We are back in 1993. Oh, what an amazing year. The most expensive cars looked like this. Computers, synthesizers and video games looked like this. Famous artists looked like this. And of course, fashion and haircut looked like this. Now, once I've transported you into a virtual world back in 1993, we'll need a virtual generator. Great. This is our virtual generator. It's like a genie from the lamp. Just use your creativity, ask anything, and voila, here you go. Yeah, we'll need that a lot since we're actually in 2024. And it is really hard to find stuff from over 30 years ago to record this video without a considerable budget. So let's just settle for this virtual simulation. Let's see if it works. Mr. Computer, please generate a Mercedes-Benz. Not bad. Okay, it works. Now, Mr. Computer, I'll have a 1993 virtual studio. Wait, Mr. Computer, there's nothing in this studio but a simple keyboard. Is that right?
Trust me, that's all you need.
Okay, Mr. Computer, if you're saying, I believe. But I really hope to not be disappointed. Whoa, let's do a virtual unboxing. What do we have here? The manual, the power supply, and of course the keyboard. So let's check out the manual and see what it gets. This is MR93, a virtual sample-based instrument. Just can't wait to see what it is capable of. So according to the manual, we have 32 high-quality sounds to explore, including 4 16-pad drum kits. Let's connect the power supply. Okay, and Mr. Computer, an amplifier please for the keyboard. So now I just need a computer so we can manage our MIDI tracks. And a virtual mixer please. And the basic effects please. Delay, chorus, reverb.
Don't worry, the keyboard has built-in effects.
Oh really? That's very good. Let's start doing something great out of this amazing virtual machine. Back in 1993, we have a bunch of great artists playing on television clips, radio, dance clubs, and even video games. Yeah, video games. Back at the time, geniuses like Yuzo Koshiro and Rick Fox impressed players with their extraordinary skills, balancing between beautiful masterpieces and hardware limitations. Okay, I've decided to take their composition as an inspiration, since both Koshiro's both Fox compositions reflect a lot of musical trend from that time. Let's start connecting MR93 to the computer. Very good. Let's start with a drum machine. So let's select the patch number 32 Techno Kit. It features a mix between the TR-909, TR-808 and trance samples from the time, such as this triangle and this clicks. So inspired by Koshiro's drum machine. Let's set the tempo in 128 BPM and let's do something out of it. Okay, so let's quantize it. Man, I love this interface from the early 90s. It is so minimalist, but at the same time it feels like all you need. So let's quantize the track. Seriously, that even reminds me of the Atari ST. Beloved it or hate it, that was an amazing computer. Okay, let's keep going and using the same track, complementing it and creating a loop. Very good, so all we need now is to quantize it. Yeah, since that time we see how computers make things easier. I would not imagine modern music production without them. Okay, this hit needs a bass line. Back in 1987, Yamaha came with this amazing machine, TX81Z, an FM-based rack-mounted synthesizer. One of the spotlights on it was this sound. Since Sega Genesis, our inspiration linked to Koshiro's compositions, also used an FM-based sound chip, the Yamaha YM2612. Koshiro took advantage on it to create his amazing bass line, so let's try to do something similar. I was thinking about doing something like this. Why not? Nice. Next step, quantizing it. So what about a piano? That's where Rick Fox comes in with his inspiration. Differently from Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo had a more modern sound chip to the time, and that was natural, since the Super Nintendo Entertainment System came 2 years after Sega Genesis. It used the s-smp sound chip by Sony that allowed musicians and programmers to use samples, giving the games a more realistic sound, including some samples from the Roland JD800 and Korg M1. Back to MR93, we do have M1 Piano samples. So let's grab it to our project and test it out. Cause of course the early 1990s would not be the same without the M1 Piano sound. So let's follow the bass line and creating something out of it. What do you think? Not bad. Let's do that. Excellent. So Koshiro used it to add a lot of brass in his composition, taking as example Streets of Rage of course, and Revenge of Shinobi. That came 2 years before Streets of Rage. Koshiro had some limitation with the 2612 sound chip. However, even so, he could do great brass riffs. Rick Fox used to add the brass sound as well in his composition. He was luckier to have a simple bass sound chip, so he could enjoy a more natural and acoustic sound of brass. While Koshiro used to add more melodic brass tracks like this. Rick Fox used to add more harmonic melodies like this. Despite the music styles in both games are different, they have a little similarity, so let's try to merge their features and creating something new out of it. I was thinking of joining Koshiro's rhythm patterns and Fox harmony, so the result is this. Excellent. Man, that's almost done and it is amazing. If you're liking the content, please make sure to hit the like button and activating the notification bell so you won't miss anything in the Captivate channel. And if you're wondering where you can grab MR93 to use his amazing vintage sounds in your compositions, I'd like to announce that this video is made possible, guess what? By MR93 Pro, a sample-based virtual instrument that featured the main trending sounds from the early 1990s. If you want to create legitimate compositions from the 1990s, or if that time is the right inspiration for you to compose modern music, MR93 Pro is the right choice. As I've shown before, there are 32 high-quality sounds so you can export them and create amazing compositions as I'm doing right now. Plus, it has built-in effects such as chorus, reverb, and delay that gives the right ambience to your sound. Enjoy the temporary discount and give MR93 a try at copaudioserve.com. So back to our project, let's think about a structure of our song. I think we have already tracks enough to do that. So let's set the loop, adjusting their time, let's zoom it out, great. Drums will be copied since that is the most repetitive pattern in the song. Let's add a few copies of it, and we may think of creating a secondary part for each instrument. But I'm not right about that. Let's give the bass a little copies too. Well, I don't think the piano should start in the first part of the song, so let's drag the piano loop to the second part. Let's add a few copies of it too, and let's do the same to the brass. It's gonna start in the third loop of the song. Let's add a copy of it, because I think we should have another melody or another music pattern exactly at this point. So let's try to add a new instrument on our project. What about some bells? I think that should be great. So to our delight, I happily announce that MR93 Pro has the amazing Roland D50 bells. Whoa, that sounds like heaven to me. Back in 1989, 808 State released the song Pacific State. There's an amazing melody with this sound that goes like... I was thinking of doing something similar. What do you think? Why not? Let's try it. Man, that's gonna be gorgeous in the end. Okay, so let's repeat this part so we can get back to the main melody. Oh, that's gonna be fantastic. Just one more track. In a Super Nintendo composition, since the console is a sample-based sound chip, it was easy to add one element that was very usual in the early 1990s composition. I'm talking about a hit. Yeah, they come like a punch, so you can't miss this element in that song. Let's add it. The patch number 11 for Yamaha 93 Pro features 4 types of hit. If you love the 9s, probably you thought of a song right now. Yeah, SpongeBob, good times. An iconic song. I think the song is starting quite empty, so let's add a few hits on it and fulfill it. Excellent, so all I have to do now are some adjustments. I'll do the adjustments and I'll be right back with the final result. Great, I'm back. After some adjustments, there is something that I could not leave to put on this project. The accurate ambience from the early 1990 recordings. So here I add an excellent recommendation for you who want to emulate lo-fi and vintage sounds in your project for free. This is Cymatics by Origin. It adds a realistic lo-fi effect such as vinyl noise, tape noise, distortion, and it really emulates the early digital era effect, resampling the signal to the selected sample rate. So let's try to make some adjustment. I think here's a good one. It even emulates the mechanical movement of a tape. Leave it like this. Let's decrease the saturation and the noise effect. It's time to test our vintage composition for 1993. I hope you had enjoyed it. If you did, please help me subscribing to this channel, sharing this content with your friends who love vintage sound and music production. Don't forget to give Yamaha 93 Pro a try at copaudiosurf.com. Please tell me in the comments if you like videos like this so I can create more. That's a new kind of video that I've been thinking of doing a long time ago, so I need your feedback to know what you want to see the most on a Cop TV channel. Thank you for joining me in this amazing musical experience, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.